feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Roc Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes. Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it. The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Taw and Alex Bart.
They met on Saturday before. They met on Saturday.
With our witness.
Tory Lanez's father just declared all-out war on Megan Thee Stallion, and the tea is absolutely scalding. He's coming out guns blazing after she filed a lawsuit against his son, and what he's revealing, it's absolutely mind-blowing. He's dropping these massive hints that Megan isn't being truthful about anything and has this whole secret agenda to completely destroy Tory. And get this, even though Tory's locked up behind bars, his legal team has been working overtime, fighting desperately against his sentencing. Now, with Megan's brand new lawsuit in the mix, things might get even worse for Tory's appeal chances. But hold on to your seats, because that's not even the juiciest part. According to Tory's father, this might have been Megan's diabolical plan all along. And here's the real shocker. He's absolutely convinced this entire lawsuit is just some elaborate scheme orchestrated by Megan and Roc Nation to use Tory for clout and boost Megan's career even further. The audacity is simply astounding. This situation is about to explode into the messiest drama we've seen in years. So let me break down this absolutely insane situation for you, piece by juicy piece. Last year, after 3 entire years of the most intense back-and-forth drama that had the entire entertainment industry on the edge of their seats, the legal battle between Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion finally reached its shocking conclusion. And when I say shocking, I mean absolutely jaw-dropping. Tory got slapped with a whole decade behind bars. Nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, saw that kind of sentence coming. Even Tory himself was walking around with this air of confidence like he'd barely get a slap on the wrist. Talk about the reality check of the century. But honey, if you thought that was the end of this endless drama, you better buckle up, because Tory's dad just transformed this whole situation into a full-blown Hollywood scandal. He went on this absolutely wild, and I mean completely unhinged, rant claiming this entire case was nothing but a carefully orchestrated witch hunt masterminded by none other than Jay-Z himself. The sheer audacity of these accusations. According to him, Jay-Z and Megan conspired together to frame his precious son and get him locked up. And trust me, he's not even close to being done. He's out here swearing up and down that they're still actively plotting to destroy Tory's life and using him for clout. At least that's the story they're trying to sell. Now, before you start rolling your eyes thinking Tory's dad is just throwing a desperate tantrum, let me spill every single drop of tea about this mess, because darling, there is so much more to this story than what meets the eye. This whole saga has been unfolding for over 4 years now, and it all started on one fateful night when Tory, Megan, and her then best friend Kelsey Nicole were leaving what should have been a fun party at Kylie Jenner's house. Everything was perfectly fine until it wasn't. An argument erupted out of nowhere, tensions skyrocketed through the roof, and before anyone could process what was happening, Megan ended up with a bullet in her foot. Here's where it gets really interesting. Megan wasn't even telling the truth at first. She tried to play it cool, claiming she just stepped on some broken glass. Can you believe the lengths she went to protect someone who did her so dirty? But you know how they say the truth always finds its way to the light, right? Well, darling, this truth came crawling out slowly but surely. Megan finally gathered the courage to admit she'd been shot, but still kept her lips sealed tight about who actually pulled the trigger. Meanwhile, Tory and his entire crew were out here acting completely inappropriate, making jokes and treating the whole situation like it was some kind of twisted game show. They were literally out here making light of Megan's trauma like it was absolutely nothing. And that's exactly when our girl Megan reached her absolute breaking point. She was completely done protecting anybody, done keeping secrets, done with the entire situation. That's when she finally dropped the bomb that shook the entire industry. It was Tory who shot her. Period. End of story.
Yes, this Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and stop lying.
Child, when I tell you social media absolutely exploded into a complete meltdown. Every single person with a Twitter account had something to say about what really went down that night. Tory, being his stubborn self, wasn't about to back down quietly. He came out swinging with his own shocking version of events. According to him, this whole mess spiraled out of control because Kelsey discovered that he and Megan were secretly hooking up behind her back. Yes, you heard that absolutely right. And here's the real gag. Kelsey and Tory had their own thing going on, and Megan knew about it the entire time. Tory's story painted this wild picture where Kelsey got absolutely furious when she discovered his situation with Megan, and that's what sparked all the drama in that car. Baby, it was a complete and utter disaster. Of course, Megan's loyal supporters weren't buying a single word of it, and social media turned into an absolute war zone with everyone picking sides like it was some kind of twisted reality show. But Tory really had the nerve to get on Twitter and write, "Good D had me messing with two best friends and I got caught. That's what I apologize for." It's sick how you spun it though. The absolute audacity of this man. After Megan finally exposed Tory as her shooter, things moved faster than a gossip spreading through Instagram. They arrested him, but honey, he didn't stay locked up for long, posting that $350,000 bail like it was pocket change. The court had to slap him with a gag order, basically telling him to keep his mouth completely shut about the case and stay as far away from Megan as humanly possible. But let me tell you what really had everyone completely shook. The absolutely disgusting way people started turning against Megan. The backlash was beyond brutal. People were coming for her from literally every single direction, accusing her of lying and trying to deliberately ruin Tory's life and career. And we're not just talking about random internet trolls, we're talking fans, industry insiders, literally everyone. Some artists even had the absolute nerve to release songs throwing shade at Megan, basically calling her a liar about the whole shooting incident. The hate was so intense it could burn through steel. These past few years have been absolute hell on earth for Megan. In this absolutely heartbreaking interview that had me in tears, she opened up about everything, saying, "In some kind of way, I became the villain, and I don't know if people don't take it seriously because I seem strong. I'm trying every day to get through it and be good. I feel so bad because I don't feel like anybody's taking me seriously, but I don't want them to see me cry. I don't want them to know that I feel like this because I don't want them to feel like, oh, I got you, I'm breaking you." And baby, when she said she wanted Tory to go under the jail, the pain in her voice was so real. Chile, by December 2022, when this mess finally made it to trial, things were already beyond insane. Even though they wouldn't allow cameras in the courtroom, all the juicy details were getting leaked faster than water through a broken dam. And the way Tory's legal team came for Megan, it was absolutely disgraceful. They were playing dirtier than a mud wrestling match, dragging this poor girl's entire private life out for the whole world to see and judge. Their whole defense strategy was entirely focused on tearing Megan down. They were really out here trying to paint this ridiculous picture of her as some jealous woman who couldn't handle Tory being with Kelsey. And the way they tried to shame her about her personal life, making all these nasty insinuations about her relationships in the industry, they weren't even focusing on what actually happened. They were just trying to absolutely destroy Megan's character and reputation. But hold on to your wigs because it gets even messier than a toddler eating spaghetti. They brought Kelsey to the stand, yes, the exact same Kelsey who used to be Megan's ride or die bestie before this whole nightmare tore them apart. And baby, when I tell you Kelsey had some things to get off her chest.
We had to come kill the streets for 5 minutes.
You said what?
I gotta turn up the music, the PD just came right
Okay. Troy, don't get my phone wet.
The tea Kelsey spilled was scalding. According to her testimony, Kylie was getting real flirty with Tory at the party, and Megan was absolutely fuming about it. She revealed that Megan was drunk and acting so wild that Kylie literally had to kick them out. But here's the real gag. Tory actually stayed behind with Kylie, and Megan was so pressed about it that she made them turn the whole car around to go get him. That's when everything exploded into chaos because Kelsey discovered Megan and Tory's secret little situation. This entire mess had Megan's life completely turned upside down and inside out. She was absolutely mortified, saying, "I feel disgusted, I feel dirty, my own partner is embarrassed, I can't even be happy." And then Tory had the absolute nerve to try and play the sympathy card by bringing his innocent son to court. Chile, everybody saw right through that transparent stunt, especially since children weren't even allowed in the courtroom.
Beautiful family, beautiful family.
Excuse me, guys, excuse me. Give him space, give him space. Sorry, what you wanted as the outcome, I guess.
Well, all of Tory's little games and manipulations didn't work because in December, that guilty verdict came down like a ton of bricks. And that's when Tory and his daddy decided they were completely done keeping quiet. Baby, Tory's father went absolutely ballistic outside that courthouse. He started pointing fingers at Jay-Z and Roc Nation, claiming they were secretly pulling all the strings behind the scenes to make sure Tory got convicted.
You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Roc Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it.
But wait, because it gets even more outrageous. Tory's daddy wasn't even close to being done. He started throwing around these wild accusations about Jay-Z buying off this witness named Sean Kelly. According to his crazy theory, Kelly did a complete 180 after meeting with some Roc Nation people. He's saying Kelly was originally Team Tory, but mysteriously changed his entire story. The drama is thicker than a bowl of cold grits.
The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Tar and Alex Bart.
They met on Saturday before. They met on
They
Saturday.
met with our witness.
So now Tory's sitting in prison serving his 10-year sentence, but his daddy is still out here screaming from the rooftops that Jay-Z is the evil mastermind behind everything. According to his conspiracy theory, it's all about protecting Megan because she's signed to Roc Nation and making them serious money. And get this juicy tidbit. Apparently, Jay-Z tried to sign Tory way back in the day, but Tory turned him down because he wouldn't sell his soul. Chili, we all know exactly what that means in this industry. To make this pot of tea even spicier, Tory's team leaked this old footage where Tory claims somebody from Roc Nation threatened him to keep his mouth completely shut about the case. Like, are we living in some kind of twisted Hollywood thriller right now?
I get a call from Roc Nation that says, yo, we heard you're gonna make a statement about what happened, and it'd be in your best interest if you don't make that statement.
Now, while Tory's desperately trying to appeal his sentence, Megan's coming at him with another lawsuit. She's saying he's running this elaborate smear campaign against her from behind bars. The absolute nerve of this man. And all this fresh drama comes right after Megan finally admitted in her new documentary that yes, she did actually sleep with Tory, even though she denied it for years.
Yes, I lied to Gail King. First of all, I know that even asked me about it. Just want to talk about the shooting. Why'd you ask me about Tory? That's not what this is about. Even if I was like once, maybe twice on a drunk night, but you kept catching me out of my mind.
Baby, the internet is absolutely losing its collective mind. Some people are dragging Megan through the mud for lying, while others are fiercely defending her right to keep her private business private. But that's not even half of this steaming hot mess. Megan's lawyers just filed for a restraining order, and the court documents are more explosive than a firecracker factory. According to these shocking court documents, Megan's legal team is saying she desperately needs protection, especially since Tory could potentially be released from prison one day. They're arguing it makes absolutely no sense that she had protective orders while he was presumed innocent, but now that he's been proven guilty, she's left completely vulnerable. And they're not just worried about physical safety, they're claiming Tory's still out here bullying and antagonizing Megan from behind bars through these third-party bloggers he's got working for him. One blogger in particular, Elizabeth Mirogovo Cooper, keeps publishing all these false statements about Megan and the trial. They've even got receipts showing payments from Tory's dad to this blogger. But here's where it gets complicated. These payments were from 2020 to 2022, before Tory got locked up. That's exactly why his dad is out here claiming this whole lawsuit is just for publicity because Megan's got new music dropping soon. He's daring them to show any proof of payment since Tory's been in prison. And that's the scalding hot tea on this never-ending drama. Is Tory's dad speaking facts, or is he just trying to protect his son? The streets need to know. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's discuss this absolute mess. It's absolute mess.